because the autism spectrum is so a spectrum. It's so huge that there's it's quick for people to just say, oh, he must be autistic, whether he's behaving badly or whether he's just acting out, or maybe he's not speaking at all. And so of course there's bullies that would like to kind of gravitate to them. And the new term, I think, in high school these days is he must be autistic, when they really have no idea what that really is. So I'm curious from your standpoint, because I really believe there's times where, and you told me that one kid, that it took everything I had not to hit him. But why would I do that? Because then I would have to sit in ISS with him for 3 days. And why would I want to give him that gratification to give him basically what he wants? So the way you handled it and the way your friends handled it, I think probably aided him a lot worse than most. But what would you say, or if you were to see a teenager being bullied in a classroom, how would you handle that situation?
I think that it's kind of hard to do like a confrontation, because then you're kind of putting yourself in the situation. But at the same time, it's hard to just sit there and watch, especially if it's something in the special needs like area, because that kind of, that hits home. That's really a big part in our family. So when someone's making fun of it, it's hard to watch that. And especially because like after, if somebody says something they shouldn't say, knowing our situation, I'll just remind them it's not something that I'm gonna get that aggravated over, but I am gonna say something and make sure that they know, that's not right, and you really don't understand, I guess, what you're putting into meaning when you say it.
Well, and kind of somewhat turn it into a teaching moment, but without, still being, cool or whatever, and not getting in trouble. So, good answer. Okay, so in closing, I just want to ask, if you were to find out that one of your friends has a brother or sister who recently was diagnosed with autism, what would be your words of wisdom or advice that you would give them?
Yeah, I tell them it's definitely a process. It's definitely something you have to learn and understand. But once you kind of grasp it and understand all of it, it really is a different experience. And I know I said this earlier, but it's an eye-opener. It really kind of shows you, what it's like to be in a family with someone's dealing with this. And that doesn't necessarily just go for autism. That's kind of for special needs in general. It's just it's different. But once you understand it, it makes sense. And I think it's kind of a blessing in our life, because we've definitely got to see what it's like to be a part of it. And I think that's something I always kind of never understood, was the special needs community, like what those families went through on a day-to-day basis. I mean, our family goes 90 miles an hour every minute of every day, and we still somehow find a way to make it work. And it's truly just, it's nice knowing that we've figured it out, and that we, I guess, are able to be a part of it, because it really does impact your life all the way around.
Yeah, I can see, Cody's kind of taught us some things.
Oh, for sure.
Things that you would not think about or consider, because when you take away some of the, when you take away his voice, you see things differently in his eyes, or you see his challenges. So it is a very fast paced, it is a very different lifestyle. But we, for the best of our ability, I think manage it pretty well. In writing and speaking out to the world, I think is definitely kind of my therapy and my outlet for it. And I'm grateful, for Cameron to be able to share kind of his 2 cents too from a teenager's standpoint from it. So thank you for those that have watched this, and we wish you a very, very Merry Christmas, and hope you have fun with your family during this holiday season. Merry Christmas.
Bye.